I don't understand at all. Why just her classroom? Why only hers?
Where are our children?
We have a lot of emotional parents here. I think it's best if you keep some distance from this place.
And here we go.
It's the comic book bullies.
Man, you come right out of a comic book.
It's the comic book bullies.
You will bow down before me!
It's the comic book bullies.
Now I am the master.
It's the comic book bullies. It's the comic book bullies.
All right, give it to me.
The following contains offensive language and spoilers. Listener discretion is advised. The freaks come out at night. The freaks come out at night.
The freaks come out.
The freaks come out at night. Discos don't start till after dark. Or 8 till 12 till the party really starts. Yeah, I don't know. Something like that.
I don't know the lyrics to it, but I know that the book, yeah. But see, the thing, welcome back to the comic book bullies. We're gonna do this over. We're gonna edit in post. But anyway, welcome back to the comic book bullies. Nursery Boy, your host Leroy, aka If I Had a Nickel for Every Time the President Destroyed the White House in 2025.
Ta-da.
With my co-hosts.
Yeah. This is Eli, aka Pumpkin Spice Delight.
There you go. That is definitely a pimp name. So yeah. Also with our lovely co-host, we have to give a shout out for, otherwise, we won't be here. The AI.
The illustrious AI.
The illustrious AI. Because eventually they're gonna replace us as this podcast. They're machine learning right now. So next time you come in this podcast, it won't even be us, just be the AI. Just monitor.
All hail the Doombots.
All hail the Doombot. All right. Also, we got another listener. Who is this? Here.
What's
Jake.
up?
The hell you doing, Jake? What is this?
Where's he on? Yeah, he's on another. Is he on?
No, yeah. What up, Jake? You on your channel got banned or something? What the hell going on?
Yeah.
You show feed on your channel or some shit they banned you. What?
His
Let's see.
His spy. Yeah. Did his only fanfic get banned?
That was my first thought, Jake. That was my first thought to say, but I didn't say it. Yeah.
His
It's
account
like you
got
read my
flagged.
mind. Oh well.
It's too
Okay.
spicy.
Yeah.
You had to make up a new account. Yeah.
That's what it is. I don't know what you're doing on your regular account, Eli. Yeah. Oh, Eli, I'm gonna do something else also. Getting everybody to like, share, subscribe. Watch this magic I'm about to pull. Ooh, look at that.
Wow. Look at us.
Yeah, we have upped our budget.
Upgraded.
Yeah, we have upgraded to a new plan. Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Cashing in those mana coins, huh?
Like I said, we get paid for this shit. This whole podcast is the front, Really, we just make money through gambling. That's all. DraftKings, all the bullshit. So, yeah. So, what is this? Oh, okay. Can we move to the next part of the podcast?
Let's move on. Yes.
Well, can we actually move to the podcast?
Should we just start over?
Yeah. Come back to the next stream. Nah, fuck it. Let's keep going. We can all edit this shit out. Don't worry about it. Pretend like it's not live. What do we got here? Wait, you have a new budget and didn't give me. Okay, you can get 10% of what we make on this podcast.
Hell yeah.
How about that?
Yeah, motherfucker, 50. He gets 50. Jake gets
half. You get half of what we make on this podcast, Jake. We'll cut you in on the piece of that pie. All right. So
we moving on up. Yeah.
Eli, right. All right. So we're gonna start with getting the podcast. Eli, like I said, I think this is the last weekend in October. I think
it is.
I didn't do that.
Unless you count Friday. Well, Friday part of the weekend.
I guess. Not really. Well, anyway, before Halloween. This last
Friday's 31st. So, okay.
Yeah. Well, last podcast for Halloween.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So what we normally do, our annual do's and don'ts.
Mm-hmm.
We always do annual do's and don'ts. So we're going to jump into it. So we're just going to say what you should dress up for as Halloween, what you shouldn't dress up as Halloween. We're going to start with it like we said normally. I give a do's and don't. Eli gets do's and don't, and I'm gonna give a do's and don't right now. So one thing you don't want to do, also, don't wear blackface. We've said this before, plenty of podcasts, and also couples. Couples is going as anything this year. Do not dress up as Superman and Supergirl.
I
Don't
thought
do that.
I thought you were going to say the sinners. You know, all the interracial couples.
I couldn't find it, Eli. I couldn't find the picture. I was gonna do that one. Don't do that either. But yeah, but don't do Superman and Supergirl unless you're from Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana. Then you can get away with it. Yeah. So, I know from Mississippi, I don't take parts in that, but we know the kissing cousin shit happens down here. I'm just saying. We know. Maybe I'm talking out of turn too much. But anyway, hold on. What Jake got here? Let's see. Halloween is the last day of October. It sure is. Thank you, fact check Jake. Okay.
Yeah, the clarifier.
Yes, that's good information. And Eli, I'm gonna let you go to what are your do's and don'ts for Halloween?
Yeah, I mean, yes, don't dress up as a native or a Pocahontas costume or Chief Polka-Lotta Twat or whatever the fuck they're called. You know, the noble savage. What did he say? Jake's
my girl and I dressing up as the main couple from right. That's okay, Jake. You can do it. You can do that. We know, but it's gonna be a popular costume this year. Just letting you know. So
yeah. So yes, Halloween is a sensitive time for natives because of the bullshit. You know, everyone wants to be native, but not be native.
Right.
They want to dress up, but they don't want to go through it. Yeah.
Right.
But
they want a rhythm, but not a blues.
Yes. So as like every year, the it's my yearly reminder. You know, dressing up as native is our N word. Only we can do it. So that's it.
Yeah, so don't get now. Keep in mind, cameras are everywhere, so don't get canceled. Because we will. If you do it, we will know, and it will be everywhere.
Pretty much.
Hold up, let me see. I'm gonna give Jake some love right here. What we got? No, that ain't. Is it Jake? That's somebody else. What's this?
I'm on my laptop and I still can't read that shit.
Johnson. Hi. Why are they posting? It felt like they posted emails on there, something like that. I don't know. Something has changed, Eli. I don't know if it's YouTube. I don't know if it's whoever's doing it, but shout out to you.
Yes, thanks.
They don't give us the names like they did before. I think that's what's going on right now. All right. Also, now it's a topic. It was a controversial topic I tackled last year that got us in trouble, but I'm gonna tackle it again this year to get us in more trouble. So you know which topic I'm talking about, Eli. Oh well, first off, I want to give a shout out to Chloe Bailey, for this. You know,
okay.
But people don't know. Yeah, for people don't know what this is a she dressed up as Halloween as Foxy Cleopatra from Austin Powers Goldmember. You know, so yeah, just want to give a shout out to her. Now, the reason I'm going to give a shout out to her because we're going to go a little bit deeper into this. You know, so I want to give it. She actually puts the video. I just found the video now. So yeah. Shout out to her. Now, reason I'm posting this because I want to give a shout out to her because last year, she did what I didn't want her to do and dressed up as Sexy Velma. No, don't do that. We are against Sexy Velma and her sister, Sexy Daphne Austin. But Daphne Austin's sexy. If you don't know who that is, that's the sister is The Little Mermaid. Your favorite movie from last year.
Oh, okay. Sure. Yeah, okay. Yeah, why not? Yeah.
Yeah. Point is, we want sexy Beyonce. Dress up as that. You don't got to do anything sexy Velma or anything like that because some characters don't need to be sexualized. That's all I'm saying. That's all I was trying to say last year when y'all calling us gay and shit and saying through the podcast ain't gonna go back to a boyfriend.
Calling you, man. Yeah, that's you, man.
By association, Eli. You are gay by association, Eli.
No, you're a prude. I don't want to see no sexy Velma.
Cooties. Oh wait, we played that video again. No, Jake. One time. That's all you get. Now, of course, I know everybody that watches this podcast is going to rewind that one part of the video again because I've seen the analytics. I know how you freaks are. But anyway, point I'm trying to make is that every character going to be sexualized. I don't need a sexualized Bob's Burger. I don't need that. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want a sexy Wednesday. You know, just be regular ass Wednesday. If you're going to be sexy anything in Adam's Family, be Morticia. Like, why do that? That doesn't make any sense. So, that's all I'm trying to say. You know. So,
I guess.
Hopefully, I made my point. I don't know if I made my point unclear or I dug myself in deeper or we're never going to beat these allegations. I'm just saying. It's like pick a sexy character. You don't have to sexualize everything out.
Yes,
Everything don't need to be.
Leroy's Halloween rules. No blackface, no sexiness.
I didn't say. God damn it.
That's how it's interpreted. That's how the internet's going to interpret it.
No sexy Bob Burgers. That's all I'm saying. Even though I know what's going to happen next year, Eli. Somebody's going to make this sexy some kind of way. They're going to find a way. Anyway,
I probably won't be mad at it either.
Some things just don't need to be done. We don't need to open up the Pandora's box. That's all I'm saying. Was going to be sexy Black Panther with
assless chaps.
Assless chaps? The fuck?
Well,
don't
blackface. Don't paint your ass black.
Right. No blackface, no black ass.
Yeah. That's the thing. You can dress up as Black Panther, just don't be blackface underneath the mask.
Wear pants as Black Panther. That's like a must. We shouldn't have to address that, but like I said, it's the internet that get away with anything. So, yeah. All right. So can we move to the next part of the podcast?
Yeah.
Okay. Like I said, it's a light show. We decided to watch a movie. I decided to watch a movie. Actually, Eli watched this movie. When did you watch the movie?
I watched this. I seen this a while ago. I think it was during our hiatus, so I never said anything about it. So,
okay, like I said, I had no idea you watched this. I had a lot of stuff going on around that time. Like, matter of fact, I still got a lot of stuff going on like that, but that's neither here nor there. Point is, I decided to wait till HBO to watch the movie because I heard it was coming out on HBO last week, and HBO has always been screwing me because they'll post or something like, "We got this movie coming out," but it'd be like Asia or fucking India or some shit like that, or Philippines, and they don't tell me that it's not available in United States. It's like some kind of VPN or shit like that. I don't have time for all that bullshit. So I waited until it actually came out before I said anything. So I didn't post anything saying, "Oh, weapons is out," and then y'all get mad at me because it's only in Indonesia, some shit. No, it was in America. So I got a chance to watch the movie. Even though everybody else went crazy about it, they say this is the movie of the year. This is the movie everybody need to watch. Everybody need to go crazy about it, which I'm surprised you didn't talk about it, Eli, since everybody went so crazy about a horror movie. And this movie made bank too. That's the thing about it.
Yeah, I did make a post about it when I first watched it.
I completely, like I said, I didn't know you saw this, so it completely, passed me. I didn't know you did that. So,
well, I had an unpopular opinion about it, so that's probably why it got lost in the shuffle.
That may be what it is. We just rejected Eli. Oh, here go Eli with this shit again. Okay. Now let's clear the air. Like I said, I didn't know it, but hearing the tone of Eli when I even mentioned this movie, I already knew where he was going to go with this movie. So I was already ready to come on this podcast, and I was ready to put my dukes up, ready to start fisticuffs like that. Okay, I gotta go to war with Eli again over a movie because he got an opinion. I got this movie again. But to be honest with you, Eli, when I saw this movie, it wasn't all that. I like this.
And I agree. I felt it was very overhyped.
Yeah, I was like, what? This is what everybody went crazy over? Like, it was all right, but people are acting like, oh, this is the best movie of the year, saying it's better than Sinners. I'm like, you are fucking crazy. That's what they were saying. That's what they were saying. Like,
no, I don't agree with that. And I barely like. Well, I did enjoy Sinners. I just wasn't a fan of the musical.
Yeah, I'm saying you don't like musicals, so
yeah, I did enjoy it for the most part. But to say that this was better than Sinners, like hell no.
That's all I kept saying online. Everybody was saying online. It was like going crazy. I was like, no, this ain't the movie that y'all think it is. But I'm gonna watch this movie anyway. And keep in mind, I am not one of those people that I know this movie came out months ago or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
I am not one of those people that anytime a movie comes out months ago and I'm late to the party and see it, I'm not one of those people that shits on a movie just because Sinners wasn't all that. Shut the fuck up. Don't come here months afterwards talking about this shit. If you didn't see it then. Don't say it, but I can be objective.
Yeah.
Well, as objective as I can.
We if we like the shit, we like the shit. If we don't, we don't. Like I fucking hyped up Freaky Tales, and that had been out for a while, and I finally saw it a month ago, and that shit's shit. That's like my movie of the year right now so far.
Right.
And that was months after I was, So, but yeah. Continue. Go ahead. Sorry.
Okay. So I'm going to just give you some background. But like I said, for people that haven't seen the movie, you've seen the movie. Like I said, we're going to go into full spoilers, a deep dive into this thing, because I want to talk about the movie, the themes and stuff like that. Because I think people just saw the end and just got freaked out because they had all these wacky ass scenes going on and shit like that. And I think that's what got people talking because it's a very memeable movie. That's the thing about it. Like you can take scenes from this movie, post it online, people go crazy with it. You know. But let's talk about the movie. So the thing about this movie is that first off, Eli. Oh well, okay. The director of the movie. For people who don't know who the director of the movie, the director is Craig Zagman? I don't know his name.
Something like
Some guy.
that. The guy who did Barbarian. Yeah.
The guy who did Barbarian. Well, the point of the thing is they're calling this guy the Black Jordan Peele. I'm sorry, the White Jordan Peele. What the fuck is that? I meant to say the White Jordan Peele. That's what I meant to say. I completely fucked that up, but the point is. So the reason I'm making a comparison of it is because, like I said, he's another horror guy that came from sketch comedy. He was also on The Whitest Kids You Know, for anybody that saw that show. You know. So he was like it was like him and another guy that was the head writer on the show. So he went from that to directing, and he directed some movies before Barbarians like that. Like he directed some comedies and shit like that. I can't remember the name of them. One of them I thought was actually pretty funny, but it was like straight to DVD or some shit like that, you know. But point is, he's now fully formed in the horror. Not only has he done this, his next movie after this is Resident Evil. Yeah. And he's saying he's not doing anything like the other movies. You know, what's her name? Miliana Jovovich or shit like that. She won't be in it. Yeah. So he's making this a love letter to the video games. I'm like, okay, that's pretty cool right there. So what is it about this movie that he's making? Oh, another thing about the movie, what I call it, and the Jordan Peele comparisons are getting closer and closer together because apparently Jordan Peele had his hands on this movie first, or at least wanted this movie first. He read the script. He heard the movie get shot around like that, so he sent his production team to buy the movie. So it became a bidding war for this movie, and Warner Brothers beat him out. So he got so pissed, he fired his whole team for that movie because he wanted to do this movie first before he got his hands on it. So that's where the Jordan Peele, white Jordan Peele comparison coming from. So yeah. So think about this movie. What do I think about this movie? Now the thing about this movie, we gotta talk about like we want to say it's a horror movie, Eli, right? But the thing about this movie is that we can compare these two again, Jordan Peele, white Jordan Peele, stuff like that. When you see a Jordan Peele movie, a lot of times you can't tell that there was a comedian, you know, making that movie. Like sometimes you can, but the most times you can't. Like this is a straight up horror guy, and you're surprised like how the horror guy make this. Meanwhile, this guy, when you're watching his horror movies, you know full well a comedian wrote this shit. You saw it in Barbarian. You see it in this. A lot of times, people like when I watch a movie, I don't know if I'm supposed to be scared or laugh my ass off at it. This is a horror comedy, just like Barbarian was. When you like really look at it, like Weapons was a horror comedy. It's too much insane, goofy shit going on in this movie to be scared about it.
I mean, the horror and comedy are similar in like sort of tone and pacing, where it relies on timing for things to land. For jokes to land, it's all about timing. For a scare to land, it's all about timing and setup. You know, so they're similar genres. So they do sort of, kind of like complement each other.
There's a line, Eli. There is a line. Like you can tell when you're watching a horror comedy versus horror with some comedy in it. There's a difference.
Yeah.
And I feel like there was no line in this because, like I said, it's way like the premise of the movie is about these kids running, scared and shit like that. Is that not the motherfucking Naruto run?
That does look like yeah.
Yeah, so anytime I'm watching this shit, like, what the fuck? Am I supposed to be scared of this? Like, no.
Well, it's set. Well, yeah, we don't know. They just disappear. That's the setup.
But we see them doing that dumbass run that kids always do. So that had me laugh right there. And that's the thing, like the tone of it. Like we're supposed to be worrying about this mystery, and these parents are upset, and they what's going on. But like I said, you got these dumbass kids running like that. So even then, I'm just like, okay, this shit is gonna be goofy as hell to begin with. Well, you got this somber ass music going on, so it's like it's tonally unbalanced for me. Barbarian was the same way with the I love Barbarian. Barbarian was, people love that movie. But for me, because the comedy just came out of nowhere in that movie, I feel like it was totally unbalanced in this one. And I feel like the same way in this one, where it's come out. And not only that, when the kids run it, like we're going to talk about your boy, Benedict Wong.
Okay.
That's when he did the dumbass run. And I'm like, okay. And that's supposed to be like one of the scariest scenes in the movie. I'm like, what am I watching? And then they show him like running like miles and miles and miles doing that shit. Like, okay, this is dumb as hell. Another thing about this movie, is it me or was it like way too many Marvel actors in this movie? Like everybody was Marvel. It kind of took me out of it.
I think if you want a job acting, you have to be in a Marvel movie.
You got to be. I get it. You got to be in a Marvel movie to be like. You got to make that stop to get anywhere like that. But
Marvel,
it's Marvel,
yeah,
so you
but
just watch
Marvel had a monopoly on everything for years. So.
So even try to see what we got here. No, we'll come back to her in a second. Oh, this scene, yeah, like her. That's Silver Surfer.
Mm-hmm.
Female Silver Surfer, Shalabal,
yeah.
or if you will. So yeah, but like I said, you got all these Marvel people in this movie, so it kind of. I don't know if that was done on purpose, but it kind of took me out of it.
Yeah, Josh Brolin was in it.
Josh Brolin was in it. Thanos was in it. And matter of fact, he replaced an actor. He was the main actor in the movie. The actor he replaced was, take a guess, like who he replaced.
Oh, I forget who he was. I forget who. I know what he's talking about. I just forget who it was.
Pedro Pascal.
Oh, that's right.
Of course.
Yeah.
Because of course he replaced Pedro Pascal. Because Pedro Pascal had 50 other movies he had to do. He had to cut one of them. That's the movie he cut.
Yeah.
Because we had fantastic. I think he had like 3 movies in the theater that month at the time. Oh, so who we got more people coming in. Stevie Chu Harris, hi. Oh, I see you, baby. I see you. We're gonna give you a shout out. Yeah. Oh, what else we got going on with this movie? Okay, like I said, and another thing about the movie, not only was it totally unbalanced for me, like I said, totally unbalanced because I don't know you're supposed to laugh at this shit. Especially that ending, Eli. The ending with the kids just running through glass and shit like that, like the fucking Kool-Aid Man. Yeah. We supposed to be scared about this shit. This shit is goofy as hell.
Yeah, though that was funny. And that was my thing, is I thought the ending was hilarious.
Yes, that's the thing. Like the dude is intentionally throwing comedy in there. What's your favorite? No. We don't do that. We don't do that. No.
Oh, he's trying to be clever.
Yeah, he's trying to be clever. He saw the thing.
I'm gonna post about that stuff.
We are not going down that rabbit hole. No. Thanks for listening.
You are so smart. SMRT.
SMRT. Okay.
I want attention.
Another thing that was hilarious, the funniest thing in this movie, though, Eli, and because at the end, this kind of turned to a zombie movie for me. It basically was a zombie movie. You know, when Josh Brolin kept fighting that dude, the crackhead.
Okay.
And he kept jumping back up, and he kept throwing him across the room, and he kept throwing back the room over and over and over again. I'm like, come on, man. You were intentionally trying to do some comedy shit right here with this horror movie, especially at the third act at the very end. Like, I know you're doing this. So, all this shit going on. Oh, but another issue I had a problem with this movie, Eli, that I don't think the movie had an actual theme to it, or at least the themes didn't come together. Like, there were themes in the movie, but I don't think they ever came together. I don't think it ever was cohesive. Same issue I had with Barbarian, where the movie feel like it gets sidetracked and go to some other shit. Like with this movie, like, okay, the plot of this movie, spoilers for everybody, that some kids come on missing. Boom, that's it. But the plot goes in a different direction. You know, I forgot about the plot. I just didn't care about the plot anymore. Like I cared nothing about the missing kids because they were talking about some other shit. They were talking about what's it, the Han Solo dude, you know, being an abusive cop, brutal cop, or whatever. Or, you know, shit like that. It was just sidetrack shit like that going on. They missed the plot. Like, how is this tie in to the theme of the movie?
It was basically baiting and switching. It was trying to, and I guess, I don't know, I guess I'll say my little piece. Like, what my problem with the movie is it kept trying to misdirect.
Yes.
For the sake of trying to prolong the mystery, to reveal it. You know, so and you know, that might have worked in Barbarian, you know, where it started out to this one thing and then, you know, then boom, something happened, you know, there's something in the basement and then the movie stopped and cut to a whole other situation, a whole set of characters. And then we followed that. And, you know, that's what this movie kept doing like 10 times. And that was getting frustrating. But
a few of those times when they did that, the ending, like the cliffhanger they left you on, wasn't really that compelling.
Well, that's the thing. It's by the time they revealed it, I really didn't give a shit anymore. You know, because it starts out, yes, these kids went missing from the same classroom as this one teacher. Then we follow her going into mourning and dealing with the backlash from the parents, and that she's an alcoholic and she messes around and she's banging the cop. So then we go follow her. And then we follow the cop, and then we follow the junkie, and then we follow the principal or whatever. And it just kept the movie kept stopping
of the movie and stuff.
It kept stopping and starting for me, it felt like no reason. I get it was trying to be like a Tarantino flick or some.
That's what everybody wants to be Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah, it was trying to be this like cleverly written, character study, and I was like, I kept getting frustrated every time it stopped the movie. Like the movie would just stop, and it'd be another episode, almost like it was an anthology, and it was like really has no purpose other than prolonging the reveal of what the mystery was. And when they finally revealed the mystery of it's this witch lady who's feeding on the energy of the kids or whatever the fuck she was doing, They
never said what she wanted with the kids.
She's obviously using the kids to prolong her life or some shit. Like, I didn't care. Oh, that's what's happening? Okay, I guess. Sure. And then, then we have the big wacky Raising Arizona ending where the kids run after her and eat her and shit, and which I thought was hilarious. Like I said, I thought the last 10 minutes was hilarious, and I was laughing my ass off. It's just the 2 hours that preceded it was a slog to get through. And that was just me. I felt like, some of the character, like there was no reason for the cop or the junkie to exist other than finding that narratively.
We didn't need a long story or plot line of them. They didn't do anything.
The only purpose those characters served the plot was them to find the house, to find the weird house, and that was it. We didn't need to go on a half-hour soap opera about their lives,
Right. It was a very thin story that they drug out for no reason.
And that was.
And that's the thing. Like when we went for those cops, they had. Yeah, and like I said, the plot diverged from the main plot she was doing. That's why I forgot about the kids.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, let's just follow.
Okay, the cop is cheating on his wife with the teacher, okay. And
right. And we never see the wife again, just at one time. She just whoop her ass in the grocery store, that's it. So
and it was just like this soap opera that I didn't care about. And the mystery of why the kids disappeared kind of got lost. And by the time they revealed what it was, I didn't really care anymore.
Yeah, and keep in mind the main person that we're supposed to care about, she didn't get revealed till like over half of the movie was over with.
Yeah.
Then she just shows up, like they show pieces of her, like they're like, then she's like, who the fuck is this?
Like it was trying
to show her now. So
I felt like it was it's the whole Jordan Peele comparisons or whatever, or the elevated horror bullshit. I felt like it was trying to be pretentious, like the dream sequence with the gun in the sky,
Yeah.
Like, okay, that I felt was so pretentious and corny, and it reeked of, look at us, we're making art,
Right.
like I get it. Yes. You didn't have to do that. I get it. It was talking about school shootings. I got that from, the beginning scene, that apparently that it's giving those themes and ideas, but we didn't need to like shove it in your face. It reminded me of The Departed, the ending of the Departed. I love Scorsese, and but the ending of The Departed was corny as hell when the rat runs across the fucking window. Like that, he did not need to do that. That was so stupid to me.
Symbolism.
Yes, we're making art. We're being pretentious artists. And that's what I felt this movie was trying to do. With the narrative, like we're gonna have this, out of order structure and reveal little bits and pieces, and I just stopped caring after a while. Like I kept every time,
it's almost like telling too much story.
Every time it faded to black or cut to black, I went, after the first hour, when we cut to black the last 3 or 4 times, I was like, okay, I don't care anymore. It was frustrating.
Now, that being said, Eli, I do like some of the themes in there. Some of the themes did tie into this. Like I said, let's go back to Shalabal, wherever she was right there. Okay, so the theme of her, I thought her plot was interesting because they were doing a modern day witch hunt on her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I mean, that was the whole point about it. Because like I said, we know witch hunts aren't real because witches aren't real. I don't think. Hopefully, I don't know. Maybe. Point is, they found some bullshit on her. Like anytime a single woman comes to the town, they're gonna find, there must be something wrong with her. There must be some dirty shit to her. Must be going on with that. She fucking everybody. She will steal your wife. Steal your husband. She's drinking. We don't know what she's doing with these kids. They don't know anything about it. So of course they're gonna assume the worst about it because she's single. So there must be some shit going on. Meanwhile, while they chasing after her doing a modern day witch hunt, there's a real ass witch in the town doing the bullshit. It's all misdirection. I thought that was tied. So that plot tied into the overall theme of it. Everybody else, I don't know. I mean, I'll give Josh Brolin a slide, but like I said, everybody else in the story, the crackhead and all the shit like that, like, why? They just dragged the story.
It was just comic relief. And yeah, there was some funny scenes, but like it didn't go anywhere. It was just like we were just following their lives, you know.
Right.
And it really had nothing to do with the story other than they needed to be at that location. You know,
Right.
the purpose of those characters were for them to show up at that house. You know.
I mean, Frank, she was fucking everybody. I'm just saying, that's what the movie was.
Yeah.
But I get that's what I'm trying to say. Like, the movie is called Weapons. What is the weapons about? I get it that the kids were being weaponized. I get that fear was being weaponized against Shellaball, whatever her name was in the movie. But who else was being weaponized in the movie? Now you could say like the Han Solo character. He was in Marvel too, wasn't he? He was in Ironheart. Like I said, everybody was in Marvel in this shit. Like, point was, like, you could say that he has an addiction problem, but I don't know how that ties to the overall story. Like I said, he was supposed to drink.
Well, the witch, she had to feed off of life force or whatever. She needed whatever it was. She was energy, the life energy of people or whatever that was, you know.
Right.
You know, so in a sense, she was addicted to that. But
so I guess
we're going.
Was it addiction? I want to go there deep. I want to go there.
But do
was
we need
addiction
to?
Like? I think we do because people are saying it's the greatest movie ever made. Eli, so I'm trying to figure out what they seen.
Well, because they're trying to go deep. Like, oh, this is deep, and then they jump in, and it's a fucking puddle. And then it ain't that deep. It ain't that deep.
It ain't that deep, son.
Yeah.
I'm just saying though, is there like a theme to addiction? Like, is everybody having addiction problems, something like that? Because definitely,
well, she was. Yes. The main character, the teacher, wasn't she an alcoholic? You know, especially after the shit.
No. Was she alcoholic or did she just have a DUI?
I don't remember.
Because the Han Solo character definitely had a drinking problem. Like he basically he relapsed. He relapsed with drinking and with her. Because as soon as he got the text from her, he was like, "Oh shit!" Like he know what he was going to do when it happened. You know.
Yeah, and like I guess it's all
control. There you go.
Control.
We figured out.
Janet Jackson.
Crack the code. Control. I'm saying that was the whole point of the movie, controlling others. That's the thing. The kids, programming things, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. But yeah. Like I said, this whole thing was a comedy for me. That's what I thought. So people want to act like this movie was scary shit like that. There's just a bunch of goofy shit going around that I know that's going to be in on TikTok. And I'm pretty sure they just flood the shit on TikTok, and that's what's just jumping off on right.
I think, I think the most effective scene for me, like if it dipped into horror or any sort of tension or terror, was when she was in her car sleeping or whatever, and then the lady came out and cut her hair. You didn't know what the fuck was happening. Like what?
Right.
The fuck? That was like the most oh shit for me. That the most intense this movie got. And
plus, didn't she go to her car because she had a dream like the witch was in her bed? Or
something like that. Like it was that was like the most effective part of this movie. But then, like I said, once it stopped a certain character's story and started another one, it lost the tension for me. And every time it did that, I continued. I lost interest every time it stopped. And went on to another character's story. So as far as like intensity or like terror or horror, the horror element, you know, there really wasn't, you know, intense. Like when I compare it to Barbarian, because like I said, Barbarian, it worked in Barbarian because that was the same thing. It was a bait and switch. You're following this story, this like for half the movie, you're wondering what this guy in this house is going to do, you know, and then when you get this what the fuck moment, and then it stops, and then it goes and tells you what's going to happen.
But at the same time, that was a great cliffhanger also.
Yeah, because
it really fucked us up. So yeah,
because there was this intensity, like you didn't know what this guy was going to do to her. You know what I mean? And
we didn't even know who the villain was the whole time. We looking at Pennywise the whole time.
Yeah,
we're like something's up with him. Something's got to be crazy.
Up. What is
and
going on?
It was nothing. That was the bait and switch right there. He did that on purpose.
Yeah.
Because we know we're going to be looking at him.
So he was doing the same thing in this movie. I mean, it's the same situation. They just kept stopping the movie to distract us, and just to delay the answer. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, okay, if you're gonna do it, that's fine, but not 2 hours. This movie was over 2 hours, man.
Yes. Well, for a thin ass plot like that they were just stretching out for no reason.
Yeah.
Now, I will say this, like, did you see The Shining shout out?
The Shining shout out.
Yeah. They did like a Shining reference.
Maybe I'm not remembering it.
Come on.
Why don't you tell me?
Handle your car, Eli. Handle your car. Okay.
I checked out, you know.
I'll let you slide on that. I'll give you pass that.
Yeah,
I'll say at the end when the kids, when the parents was chasing that boy and then they bust through the window, bust through the door. I thought for sure one of them was going to say, here's. And there was zombies going to say, but the point I thought they were going to say, here's Johnny.
Like, I got total Raising Arizona from that shit when the kids.
It was all in there. I guarantee you that they threw that shit in there too. Like Naruto, Shining, Raising Arizona. This dude has a lot of shit in his head. So, stop, go like Scorsese.
Well, yeah. Well, the thing is, Scorsese's movies aren't, they're usually biopics and they're telling a broader story, where this was just like, what's the mystery of why these kids are missing? Mm-hmm. And it delayed it. It kept stalling the answer.
Yeah, so and then they want to do a prequel movie with the witch. We don't need that. I don't really care what she was doing. We don't need that. We're good. She's a witch, came to town, want to eat kids. Or maybe, I don't know, they didn't explain it. I don't care. I'm pretty sure it's what she was doing.
Yeah.
But, yeah. She got powers and shit. Probably the boy's crazy at the end. So
yeah, I think they should have brought those answers in, like, at least 20 minutes earlier.
Yeah, because I completely got sidetracked watching this movie. I was like,
and every time it revealed, when the principal came, when they were at the gas station, he comes running up the street,
Right, and I don't know if to be scared or laugh at this shit. I'm like, this shit looks.
But I was still like, okay, what is this? What's happening here? And then
I thought that was a dream sequence.
Yeah, okay.
I thought she could see that shit. Like, did anybody see this? Or just her,
like before they get there, it cuts off. Like he starts attacking them, and then it cuts to black. I'm like, what the fuck, man?
But then it's his story afterwards.
And then we follow him for a half hour. I'm like, okay. It's like, you're watching an action scene and then it cuts to black. Like, what the
Right.
like, okay, finally something I want to watch. And then nope. Don't get to see this now. So it was frustrating. I got frustrating, and maybe I don't know. That's just
all I'm saying is when you watch the movie, and I'm pretty sure everybody else gonna like, don't watch this as a straight up horror movie. If you watch a straight up horror movie, you're gonna be disappointed. But you watch it as a horror comedy and look at this shit like it's intentionally goofy comedy shit in this movie, you be like, oh, okay. So that's like I said.
Yeah, I mean, I felt there was people hyped this up. It was,
but y'all still overhyped the fuck out this movie. Yeah, y'all really did.
Like, it's the best shit ever, and it was just alright.
Yeah, because honestly, I was bored. The first hour, I was bored.
Yeah,
watching it. Yeah. Like, and then towards the end, when Wong started running up like the Naruto, then I started like, oh, okay, what the fuck is happening right now? Then I started getting interested in it because it was just some weird shit happening. So yeah. But until then, I was like, I was also in and out of this movie, so I probably missed some stuff myself,
Yeah.
So that's all I got. So all right, can we slap a rating on it and be done with this?
Sure.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna be higher than you, last. I'm gonna say 3 out of 5.
Oh, really?
Only because of the comedy shit. So yeah, I know you're gonna be lower than that. So
oh well, no, I was gonna give it a 3 out of 5. I mean, it was worth the look. Yeah.
Okay.
It was worth the look. I think the ending, although it is a payoff, it comes a little bit too late for me, but it was still enjoyable. Like the last 15, 20 minutes saved it for me.
Yeah.
Like
it was
like I said,
in the house and stuff, and the kid and the parents, the zombies and shit. So yeah.
Like when the kids started eating.
Like I said, the movie becomes a zombie movie at the end of the movie. So yeah.
Yeah, I just needed more of that.
Right.
I just did. I don't know. Waiting for the ending was a bit too much for me. But when the ending did hit, I was thoroughly entertained and thought it was funny, and yeah. So yeah, I'll give it a 3 out of 5. It was just okay,
Okay, so that's already. See, Eli, I thought for sure we were gonna have fisticuffs on this podcast until I saw the movie, and I was like, oh, Eli was right. Okay. All right, can we move to the next part of the podcast?
Sure.
All right, yeah, you're up. Okay.
Am I?
So,
okay.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about our monthly tradition, Eli's Halloween Hootenanny.
Yes, yes.
We're gonna go to it, and this is the last one of the month, so you better make it count, Eli.
Yes, this is every Halloween because I'm the horror fan or the resident horror guy up in this mug. I do something to celebrate the Halloween season, celebrate something in horror. But this year, I decided to keep it different. I wanted to include Leroy because he's not so much of a horror fan. So I was like, let's talk. This month, we were talking about our favorite Halloween episodes from our favorite TV shows.
Because I do love sitcoms.
Yeah. We talked about The Office and Superstore and Abbott Elementary. Oh, speaking of Shining, we didn't talk about the Shining reference in that Abbott Elementary episode. Remember when Mr. Johnson, the janitor, he had that picture of the him like at the ending of the Shining.
He did at the end. What did he say at the end? I couldn't make out what he said at the end.
Like he had somebody make that up for him or whatever.
Oh, okay.
He like photoshopped it for him or whatever. Yeah, but I forgot to mention that on the Abbott Elementary episode. But no, this of course the honorable mention. You know, we're going to shout out to the Simpsons. Simpsons had some great Halloween. Their Treehouse of Horror episodes are classic.
Did they start it? Because I don't really remember Halloween episodes before Simpson. On TV show.
Maybe, or Roseanne. Roseanne did them too back then.
Did they?
Yeah.
But Roseanne came after the Simpsons. Simpsons like early 90s.
Yeah, it's hard to tell, but
yeah.
But yeah, the Simpsons Treehouse of Horror had some classics. The Shining. We're talking about The Shining. They had the one called The Shining, which was no TV, no beer, make Homer go crazy. But yeah, they had a lot. The Treehouse of Horror episodes is where the Simpsons parodied horror movies, you know. And every year they stayed current. They would do what was current of the time. That was cool about those episodes. So shout out to the Simpsons for their Halloween spirit. But this week's Halloween episode we're going to talk about is Rutherford Falls. And the episode is just the episode is just simply titled Halloween. Episode 6 of season 2. So Rutherford Falls, it's been canceled, but it was considered the first Native American sitcom. It was written and produced and had a lot of Native actors on it, which was like a first, you know, for the United States. And it only lasted 2 seasons. It was only on Peacock. It got canceled. And I get it. It was a hard sell. The show is about museum workers. You know, it's about a guy who has a museum and his friend is a museum worker. And the show talks about them trying to get funding for museums and dealing with the politics, deals particularly tribal politics on the reservation. It dealt with a lot of those sort of ideas. So I get it. It was a hard sell. You know, I'm sure it was.
And they tried to do a bait switch. Like they tried to make it seem like Ed Helms was the main character. Yeah. But he really wasn't.
No, he was basically the sidekick.
Yeah, it was like it was just to trick you into watching the show. It really ain't about him. But
it was written by Native. It was the creator was a Native. I forget her, Sierra. I forget her, but she worked on Superstore too. I mentioned that. Anyways, they have a Halloween episode where they just go to a Halloween party. And it's on the res. It's a reservation Halloween party. It does bring up the issues of cultural appropriation and people dressing up in Native costumes. And she makes the references like, I hate Halloween, you know, because of the cultural appropriation. And she hates, you know, would she say, I always end up going into a bar and getting into a fight because I rip off a headdress off of somebody or something like that. But her boyfriend, played by Dallas Goldtooth, shout out to Dallas Goldtooth, he's her boyfriend and he loves Halloween, you know. So like they you know, there's that both sides. We get the both perspectives, you know, the 2 different perspectives. But they go to a Halloween party. Of course, there's drama going on. All the girls are after him, you know, trying to hit on her boyfriend, and then he's jealous of her ex. So, which I thought was hilarious when, of course, this is like I said, it goes to the native perspective. When two different tribes are hang out with each other, there's a lot of teasing. There's a lot of
Yeah, I knew there was some inside base right there when they were making fun of each other.
Yeah, that scene where where her boyfriend and her ex are talking to each other, and they're they're trying to one up each other tribally. Like we're the best fire keepers, or we killed Custer, and like they're
we don't need a fire log.
Yeah, all that shit. That totally reminded me of my cousins when we would be around other tribes, and they would be drunk and start talking shit to each other, and sometimes shit would happen, and sometimes we'd laugh it off. But yeah, there's a lot of sort of teasing, between tribes. We tease each other. A lot of it's just good fun. But yeah, sometimes people will throw down when they're that stupid and snaking out and shit. So I thought that was funny. Of course, she gets into a fight she gets her ass beat by.
Now that was interesting about me because I get to talk about some of this podcast I never got a chance to talk about, but I can talk about it now because she brought up the Bechdel test.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was like, damn, okay, that got me right there. But of course, most people don't know what that is. So most people don't know what the Bechdel test is. Some people know what it is. It's basically like in literature or in media or anything like that. The Bechdel test is whether or not two women can have a conversation where they're not talking about a man. And they pretty much and there's like a website up right now that puts like every TV show or movie up to it, like, does it pass the Bechdel test? Most fail. Most fail. Most women can't have a conversation without talking about a man. So yeah. And of course, this episode is about the whole thing. They literally whoop her ass over a man.
Yeah. Yeah. She says, hey, come on, this is anti-feminist.
Right. She didn't know one was an MMA fighter. So
yeah.
Cheese brains.
Yeah. And then Bobby, the little assistant, she's calling Terry. What's her face is about to get into a res fight. Like, tell her don't go to the ground. Like, yeah. And then Terry, of course, the main character, Terry, he's the chairman of the casino. There's a little side plot of him and his wife trying to find their son who's going out with. During this season, there's like she's like a MAGA native. She's like,
wow. They're going there. Okay.
Yeah, she's like a conservative native woman. And she's running for mayor. So they're trying to run Bobby, that assistant, the trans assistant that they have, who's dressed up in the penny or whatever. Oh no, he's dressed up as Kim Kardashian or whatever at the gala or something.
Yeah, they called him something else. I can't remember what they called him, but yeah.
Oh, the Dementor. What are you supposed to be, a Dementor?
The Mentor. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But anyway, he's running for mayor, or they're running for mayor. But that's like the plot of the season. But anyways, in this episode, they're like Terry's son and her daughter are like running around
like a Romeo and Juliet type deal.
And they catch them spray painting colonizer on that town statue.
Right.
So like I said,
they were mad about the greedy at first when they saw it. They were like, if you're going to get in trouble, okay, we'll break the law. We'll let you slap.
Yeah. So it does go into a lot of like native issues and, the native perspective, which I appreciated, which is like, of course, like I said, this was like the first Native American sitcom, and it was funny. I enjoy it. I actually watch it a lot. I'll throw it on whenever just to, have it on in the background and, just to see my people on TV because it's very rare. So yeah, like I said, Rutherford Falls, check it out. It's on Peacock. If you want to check out if you liked Reservation Dogs, and I know a lot of people did, if you like that, I urge everybody to check out Rutherford Falls on Peacock. It's really funny. And it really goes into, the Native American experience. So, yeah. So
nice.
Give that a look. And, Merry Halloween, motherfuckers.
All right. So that closes that out.
Till next year.
Till next year. All right. So,
I kind of enjoyed it this year. It wasn't just me lecturing people. I'm going to have to find a way to include you.
Well, Eli, have you been paying attention that every main topic has been a Halloween horror movie, TV show?
Kind of, yeah.
Think about it, yeah. That's done on purpose. I need this one next.
But no, I got to incorporate you in. I got to make horror accessible to Leroy.
Yeah, well, I was trying to incorporate you. That's what I'm saying. That's why I did the horror stuff. So yeah. All right. So anyway, we're moving to the video game section. Okay, This is where I just talk. Just want to talk. First thing we're going to talk about is Halo.
Oh,
Eli, did you watch the trailer section?
I did not. So
Okay, I didn't think he did. It's not a big deal. Doesn't really matter. Point is, what I want to talk about is that for those who don't know, Halo is coming to PlayStation.
no shit.
Yeah. So Halo's playing PlayStation. They're doing like another remake. They had one remake.
Cakes must have learned how to fly, huh?
Yeah. So now when we talk about it, we got Gears of War on PlayStation, Forza Horizon on PlayStation, and now you have Halo on PlayStation. So yeah. So GameStop put out an official release that, the console war is over. Like this came from GameStop's website. That says it's over. No more fighting over it. It's done because it doesn't matter. You can play anything everywhere, so it doesn't even fucking matter. So yeah. That being said, the White House made a response to that. Are you ready for it, Eli?
Oh shit! I could use a good laugh. Yeah.
This is from the official website. Trump as Master Chief. Why? I don't know. I don't know why they did that, but they just did that. So yeah, shout out to not a shout out to them. Why am I shout out? Yeah.
Do the presidents ever play online gaming? Has everybody ever played a president in online gaming?
Well, remember Trump. The White House posted Trump to Superman earlier this month, so they just do shit.
But obviously that'd be kind of funny if you're like gaming, you're on like an online game, and
okay, not a president, but Bernie Sanders had a Twitch stream.
Okay, yeah.
And he would like promote it when he was running his campaign. He was like, "Hey, check out my Twitch stream."
But was he actually playing? Like, was anybody playing Call of Duty with Bernie Sanders? Is what I'm saying.
No, he was actually just doing campaign speeches. But it's just interesting. He had a Twitch stream.
I'm just saying that's kind of funny. You can punk a politician while playing.
Wait. I think AOC played a game one time.
Okay, yeah, there you
go. She got a Twitch channel too. Also now, I'm pretty sure.
But she's a gamer. Something. But she's a gamer though.
Not like hardcore shit like that. Like she don't know glitches and shit like that or go to tournaments and stuff like that. But I think she will pop in a game every now and then on Twitch stream and just like talk to people and stuff like that. I think she does.
Somebody make that a movie. Make a movie about a president that is a gamer and goes online gaming, and people fucking talk shit to him.
Well, we cap right there. We cap right there. That's
there we go. Yes.
Jordan Peele's not getting that movie. White Jordan Peele's not getting that movie. We're getting that movie. We're making it. We put the bid award in right now. Y'all pay us for the rights. How about that? It's okay. Oh shit. All right. Oh, we're still in the video game section. Okay. Let me get set up. I think I'm done with it. Yeah, I'm done with it. Okay. So now, next thing also we're going to talk about is we're going to do a review because I actually played a game this weekend. Not only did I play a game, Fat T played this game also. So Fat T's listening to you. Shout out to you.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, he will be. If he's not listening,
eventually he'll catch it later on.
Yeah, he'll catch. Shout out to Fat T.
Yeah,
and yes, and no, T. I have not played the game yet. He downloaded it on my Xbox.
Even though he downloaded on your Xbox, so yeah. So the game we're talking about is Ninja Gaiden. Oh shit, I didn't make it. Okay, Ninja Gaiden 4, not Gaiden. If you say Gaiden, you're saying it wrong. We Gaiden. That's all the minutes for it. So Ninja Gaiden 4. Now pretty much we've been talking about Ninja Gaiden like every week on this podcast for some odd ass reason. Because sometimes they make a game that pisses me off, or sometimes they make a game that I kind of like. Like I said, the series is one of my favorite series of all time.
They're fun. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm always talking about it. So let me see if I can throw this on here. I hope I don't destroy the stream. We don't see. Hey, we did it. Cool.
Look at you. God damn, that must have been a pain in the ass, huh?
Yeah, it took a while. Like, not only this, like I said, I streamed it on a Mac. I'm playing this whole thing on a Mac. So yeah, but this is my Twitch stream. So the point is, when I'm talking about this game, okay, so I played Ninja Gaiden 4, and I'm gonna give you my honest opinion. I didn't beat it. Like I said, I didn't get that much time in the world to do all this stuff. But I'm gonna tell you what my first impressions of when I played about 2.5 hours of it. So yeah. So like I said, when I said that Ninja Gaiden 1 and 2 are my favorite games of all time, does this game match up to Ninja Gaiden 1 and 2? No. But is it one of the best action games I've played this decade? Yes, it does. Both things can be true. Because the thing is, there are some things I wish that it did that Ninja Gaiden didn't do. There are some things I think they surpassed the old games in this. Like I said, those games came out like 20 years ago. So it almost feels like, now first off, this game feels like a completely different dev team worked on it. Like, it don't feel like the same guys worked on it, which when I looked at the notes on it, it is the same team as Platinum Games did this. For those who know who Platinum Games are, most of that team worked on the original Devil May Cry. Yeah. So this game, to me, feels almost more like a mixture of Devil May Cry and Ninja Gaiden. But it's got all kind of other elements in there also like that. You got some elements of God of War in there. You got some elements of Spider-Man in here. I feel some Sonic the Hedgehog in here. Which Platinum Games has always ripped off Sonic the Hedgehog for some reason. That's why I worked on to see if they did Sonic the Hedgehog, but they didn't. So that's my thing right there. So
well, that jumping shit that
oh, that's on here too. But it's been simplified. So it's not as much as it was in the old game, but it is here. So excuse me. So the game, you're playing as a new character. You're playing as a new character called Yokomo, not Ryu Hayabusa. Ryu Hayabusa is mentioned. You do play as a later on in the game, but you're playing as a brand new character in this game. So do you have to know the storyline of the first two games to know this one? No, you don't. Hell, even if you play those games, you won't know the storyline of those games. So don't really matter.
We just want to hack shit up,
And that's all you can. Like I said, it's a new guy. He's playing for the first time, and you're playing as him, and you just chopping up shit. So, The crazy thing is, you can tell that he's not as OP as Ryu is, because all the moves that Ryu gets at the beginning of those games, you have to unlock in this game. Like simple shit. Like wall running is a move you have to unlock in the game.
Oh, yeah, that's going to piss me off.
Yeah, but you have to buy it later on to do stuff like that. So, but like I said, the combat is fun. Like I said, it's faster than the other game before. Still hard. Brutal at times. Like, as I'm playing on normal, I've died a bunch of times on this game like that. But I do feel like the game isn't as hard as the old games. Because on the old games, they were cheap. They bullshitted their way through things like that. They would just throw bullshit at you all the time, stuff like that. This one, nothing feels cheap. It feels like you can get past it if you can. What else I was going to say about it? One of the things I do think that it's a little bit tougher to get into this game because you have to need a tutorial to learn how to play the move because you got stances and more moves at the beginning like this, so they changed up a little bit. Where for the other one, you could just pick it up and just play it because it was simpler to begin with.
Did you just laser beam with your eyes or something?
I don't think I did.
Or was that a targeting system or something?
I think they tried to target me. I think that's what it was. So,
okay.
So you got to learn different stances. So it's a little more complicated. You have to do a tutorial to get to it. The other game, they kind of just threw you into it and said, but the controls were simple enough. You could pick up the game, but it just got increasingly harder as it went along. This one, they throw so many moves at you. You got to know these moves, So that's one thing about it.
Did you just go into the Louvre?
Yeah, I beat something, I think. I don't know what. Yeah. So that's my thing about the game. So yeah, I like I said, it's a bunch of stuff I like about the game because it's fast paced. The action is still there. You have to know how to play this game. It's definitely a learning curve to it. It's a ceiling to it. I suck at the game right now. I know I need to get better at it, but they throw a different shit at you. It ain't just enemies and shit like that all the time. You do like this rail Sonic the Hedgehog, Ratchet and Clank type thing in there that's pretty fun in there. They throw some other shit at you. And Ryu does show up later on in the game, which I've heard. And then when you get him, he's like OP as fuck, which I love it. So, but he's honestly, he's barely in the game from here. It's really about this new guy. So you just play this game for the first time, not know anything about the Ninja Gaiden before. This could be your first Ninja Gaiden game. You get into it. You might like this one better than the old ones because they don't have that bullshit like the other games did. But the bullshit was made those games fun, if that makes any sense. So yeah. So that's all. I'm not going to give it a score because, like I said, it's more or less not a real review, but a first impressions. So yeah. Because I think the better I get at the game, the more I might like the game. Or I may hate the game. I don't know. We'll see. But right now, this is the most fun I've had on my Xbox in a while. For game.
Well, yeah. Last one that came out, I was having fun until I couldn't get past that jump.
Oh, that was the last one, though.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, you played 2. 3 was the one before, and everybody hated 3. Everybody said 3 sucked. I played a little bit. I was like, I can't play this shit. So yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, they are fun, and I beaten the other games back in the day,
Yeah.
So,
but I put it like this, Eli. The wall running is way simpler on this game.
Okay.
Yeah, honestly, you kind of press a button and it just does it.
It just does it.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like, oh man, y'all making this for Gen Z, man. Come on, give me that hard shit like we had back in the 2000s. The shit that used to have you throwing the controller across the room and shit like that.
Yeah, trying to be Mario, but sucking at being Mario.
Right. Prince of Persia and all that shit. So yeah. All right. Let me say good to the next part podcast.
Sure.
All right. Like I said, it's comic book bully. We talk about comic books. We're gonna jump into it. Eli, I'm gonna let you go first because I know you got some stuff.
Well, should I off the top? I know you probably don't have, or should I save it? Should I do Ultimate Spidey since I started talking about it?
Yeah, go ahead. I don't have a thing for it. Let me know, but yeah, go ahead and do it.
So yeah, Ultimate Spider-Man is it 22?
That deep into it?
Maybe or 24. I can't remember. But anyways, the new Ultimate Spidey. We have what did I say was going on? It was revealed that the big reveal at the end is Gwen is still alive somehow. She's got some
He
ghost
was
on her.
blown up before, so
Yeah, like last issue, she got blown up by Mr. Negative, blew up the whole building with all the Mysterios. And this issue starts out with Harry being in mourning, and he's staying busy with Peter. He's keeping himself busy by going out and fighting crime with Peter every night. Peter and the family are now underground, hiding out with Mole-Man and the Mole-Man.
Okay.
And but he's still he's in mourning, and it's revealed that he's kind of going nuts, like he's going schizo.
Uh-oh. That's how it starts. That's how it starts.
The Green Goblin is kind of talking. He's kind of talking to himself. And also Otto has developed, or Doc Ock has developed a some sort of hacking device that will like hack into the Kingpin's network, but it needs to get placed inside the facility. So he needs like a master thief or cat burglar to break in. So of course he gets, is it Richard or Ben? Peter's son, who's got the Venom suit or whatever, to go do that. And of course he gets, what's her face, Black Cat to help him. And what else happened?
Wait, so are her and Richard cool again?
Kind of, sort of. He kind of comes through and says, "Hey, I'm gonna go break into this facility and plant this device in there that's gonna basically wipe away everybody's data, including everybody's criminal records, including yours. So you want to help me? Because I'm just gonna go do it." And she goes, "Oh, sure. I guess I can go because I was actually tracking Mr. Negative, and I followed him here." So, so that's pretty much what happened. So, yeah, like you said, this series is going to wrap up soon, and I think this is the final sort of setting up. We're setting up for the big finale. Things are being put into place for the big finale. Yeah, and of course, Ben and Jay Jonah are getting ready to release a bunch of footage and articles to reveal the conspiracy, the Maker's conspiracy, and all that shit. So, so yeah, like I said,
Right, because the world doesn't know about the Maker,
yeah,
or at least they don't know he's a piece of shit or whatever. So
yeah. So we're setting that up. So like I said, it's the final. We're getting ready for the big finale. So things are put into motion, being put into place. And yeah, so this is, like I said, I've been on this series since the beginning. It's still, Hickman's still bringing it. I'll give it a 4 out of 5. So yeah.
Cool. All right, before I get into my other book, I'm going to do this book. I didn't talk about this book, but I'm going to talk about this book now. The New History of the DC Universe.
Okay.
Now, the reason I want to talk about that, I think we're on issue 5 right now. For those of him, like I said, I'm not going to do a deep dive in this one, but I've been reading this on DC Universe, the DC Universe app and shit like that. Very interesting. Like I said, if you don't know about DC lore and you want to do a deep dive into DC lore, but don't want to read like as many comics as I did, you just read this shit and you from the beginning. It'll tell you pretty much from the beginning, from the hand thing, from now. So right now in issue 5, there was the New 52. So they've done all the way up to there. And basically, not only that, if like I said, if you don't know DC lore, you read this and get like a cliff notes to it. They've also retconned a bunch of shit also. Like for instance, so everything that happened in DC Universe is kind of canon, but not canon. Like what's canon? There is the new when did Justice League form? Is the New 52 when they formed, or is it back in 1959 when the original comic came out when they formed? And the answer is neither. It was a comic Mark Waid wrote in the 2000s when they first formed. So there you go. And little shit like that they just kind of wrap up with stuff like that. So yeah, that's what's going on. So I haven't read this issue, but I read the other issue, so it's been very interesting. So yeah, that's all I got. I'm gonna throw it back to you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That was quick. So you didn't review. So you're not. This isn't a review. This is just a ad, a commercial.
Yeah, I just want to just talk about it. Yeah. That's fine.
All right. Well, I guess I'll do Predator Kills the Marvel Universe number 3.
Let's talk about it. Okay.
Yeah. So this is the continuation of the Predator. This whole Predator crossover comics that's been going on. We've had Black Panther versus Predator, Spider-Man versus Predator, Wolverine versus Predator. And now Predator is killing the Marvel Universe. Kraven has joined the Predator clan and is helping them basically take Earth as the best hunting trophy of all time. You know, in order to get them, they need to kill all the heroes, which he's been helping them do. They've taken out the Fantastic Four. They've taken out the X-Men. They took out Captain America and Hawkeye and I believe Black Widow, which triggered the Hulk. And they said, we got to get rid of the Hulk. You know, he poses a threat. We need to get rid of him right away. So they did. Last issue, they set up a trap. They baited the Hulk, and this issue opens up with the Hulk going on a rampage. You know,
Chasing Kraven.
Chasing Kraven. Hulk stomps out a bunch of Yautja predators, kills them. You know, and which Kraven did predict he was going to do. You know, yeah, you can see right there, like the predators got their laser beams on them. You know,
right?
And, you know, they try shooting them with their plasma blasters, and it does nothing. He just goes in and just stomps. Oh yeah, there he is, ripping apart a bunch of predators. Shit, he fucks up a whole squad of predators. Okay. Yeah, and of course Kraven's like, yep, keep doing do what you do. We knew this was going to happen. Keep following me. So
he thunderclapped him.
Yeah, so he goes and runs out. And Kraven is waiting for him with a vibranium Hulkbuster gamma energy to drain his gamma energy.
Right.
So he does. Hulk runs out, and Kraven's waiting for him, and he blasts him with the Hulkbuster gamma beam, which drains Hulk of his gamma. Mm-hmm. And so right away he turns back into Bruce Banner.
Nice.
You know? And Bruce Banner's like, "Oh, help!" And then Kraven just takes a fucking axe and kills Bruce Banner. So there you go.
I guess the Green Door doesn't work in this universe. But
I guess, yeah. Then we cut to Wolverine.
Whatever rules they want to make up. So
yeah, Wolverine shows up at the X Mansion and finds like fucking, you know, Charles Xavier on fire, rolling out the fucking on his wheelchair on fire. You know.
Okay.
And then what's his name? The main that son of that king, the Predator, who was like he had the missing arm and he was considered weak, and he went to go. He's the one who found the vibranium on Wakanda. He led that army to go get vibranium. Anyway, he's there and he fights Wolverine and he's blasting him with his, you know, plasma cannon. But then Nightcrawler comes out and saves Wolverine by bamfing him, by, you know, bamf, you know, portals him out of there. And then the rest of the army are on the moon waiting to attack, and they basically give the order like, okay, we need to you know, start your final attack. You know, so the predators are coming down to Earth, you know, taking out the satellites, taking out you know, the military and different, you know, Earth's defenses, and they're like, "Yep, you know, we are, you know, in our final, you know, invasion to take over Earth." And there's only a few, you know, there's only Wolverine, Iron Man, and Spider-Man left. But in the throne room, you know, of the king, you know, the king marches out with his soldiers, and in the throne room, who pops up? Who was invisible the whole time? Sue Storm.
Invisible. Sue Storm, okay.
Yep. Yeah. So she pops up. It's like, there is still hope and strength to be continued. So.
Nice. Don't she have the power to un-invisible them, I guess? I don't know.
I don't know. But she snuck in. She hasn't died yet. Because we thought the Fantastic Four were dead. Like, they took out everybody else. but obviously Sue's still alive. So yeah, and she's a G. So, you know what I mean? So
Like I said, they basically turned her into a Green Lantern. So yeah, she can
yeah.
kind of just do whatever.
So yeah, that's where it ends. So this is fun. This is just dumb, stupid fun. Predators taking out, Marvel heroes and shit, fighting Marvel heroes, and yeah, and Kraven's helping him. Kraven's the human that has joined the Predator clan. So yeah, this is a 4 out of 5. This is a lot of fun.
Nice. Oh damn, I didn't get this book, but it don't really matter. We're gonna do this anyway. All right, so the book I'm going to do next is Justice League Unlimited. So just stick with that. All right. So this is the book where we get introduced to the Terrific 10. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So Mr. Terrific has put a new team together. Because why not? So yeah. All right. So we're gonna jump into it, see what happens, and hold on, let me do one more thing. This see what I get, what I needed, but I get this. Bam, do that. All right. So the book starts off with okay, so like I say, this is a DCKO tie-in. And the DCKO tie-in is basically while the big hitters of the Justice League out fighting, in a tournament to do everything like Mortal Kombat or like that, the other lesser known Justice League members are supposed to evacuate Earth. Why, I don't really know, because when Darkseid comes, he's invading the whole universe, so this is kind of pointless, but they're doing it anyway. So yeah. So they're evacuating everybody, and you got Batgirl and Atom in Gotham City. They're just like, what do we do if they don't listen to what we say? I mean, we ain't got no Green Lantern powers to stop them. They're like, well, we just do it anyway. We're just going to be orderly, even though it's Gotham, move in an orderly fashion. They didn't get an alert there's a bank robbery going on. So they go down there, and apparently Atom can shrink far enough to fly. Or something. I don't know. Fuck ever you can do. Anyway, they get there, and it's Polka Dot Man. Polka Dot Man is robbing a bank even though the world's about to end. Like, why are you doing this? He's like, just cuz. So he's like, no, stay back. And yeah. So basically, they do a rock, paper, scissors to see who whoops his ass. So I think Atom wins, and Atom basically turns himself in like his weight into a 300-pound man to knock Polka Dot Man out. But apparently Polka Dot Man is like way powerful than he's been before and just knocks them out so bad they have to get sent to the infirmary on the watchtower. And that's them fucked up. So yeah. So apparently they got some stuff on there. Like Wonder Woman gave them their purple healing rays, even though no matter how bad they're fucked up, they can heal her. That would have been cool when Joker shot Batgirl back in the 80s, but hey, whatever. So the point is, they're like, okay, so something's weird going on, but why are the villains doing bank robberies, committing crime when the world's about to end? Doesn't matter. And why are they so fucking powerful? Because we've heard other reports of people getting knocked out also. They were like, obviously, there's some stuff going on that they may have been. And so Mr. Terrific has a theory that Neron has powered them up. Neron, they made a deal with the devil to get powerful and commit crime, stuff like that. So that when the world finally does end, they'll have a safe spot in hell. That may be the theory right there. So he says, so I'm going to take care of the plan. He's like, what's he going to do? I'm going to put a team together. And who is his team? There are 9 people here plus him. That's 10. To Terrific 10. Roll call. So we got Aquaman from the 90s. Power Girl from whatever, doesn't matter. Guy Gardner from the 90s. That's when he lost his Green Lantern power and became Warrior. Nobody read that wrong but me. I liked it. Superman from the 90s when he was Electric Boogaloo Superman. Okay. Hawkman. Yeah. Hawkman from the 90s. Are you seeing a theme here? Okay. Batman Beyond. But it's not Terry McGinnis. It's Tim Drake.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. He, in one of them runs, he became Batman Beyond. So Alan Scott from the Kingdom Come. Oh, no. Kingdom Come version. Yeah, because they never named which one it was, but that's the Kingdom Come Green Lantern. Dr. Fate, but it's the Sophia Dr. Fate. I don't think that was the 90s. I think that was, I don't know. And Owl Woman. I don't know what the fuck that is. Just whatever. So anyway, that is his team. And he was like, okay, so we're here. So why should we team up with you? Why should we help you? He like, at first, what are he like? So basically, Mr. Terrific tells them what they are. So, because they've been cut off from the multiverse. So they're not multiversal beings. They didn't come from the multiverse. What they are quantum ghosts, time variants. So apparently there's a weird reverberation going on in the world where they're basically like images of what these people either were or could be or never might be or some might be. Point is, if they ever fix the universe, they're not going to go back to the time. They're just going to just fade away into existence. They're going to just cease to exist. and the people that they're the part of, they'll never remember that we were here to begin with. So he was like, so Guy Gardner Warrior, he'll never know you were you. So if you basically, you might well just team up with me to do like this one last mission, because I know you're all heroes and you want to do the right thing. So do this one mission with me, and that way when we do set the timeline, y'all can do what the fuck y'all want to do. So yeah, some soap opera bullshit. Don't care. Move on to ends. What's the whole point? Point is, and this was a pretty cool scene also. Like I said, this is earlier Power Girl in the early 90s, shit like that. So she's basically, since she knows she's going to disappear when the mission's over with, she's recording a footage of herself trying to talk to her future self. She was like, look, I know you're angry. I know you said because you had all this loss and heartache. You lost 2 planets. You lost Krypton. You lost Earth 2. Don't carry that anger with you. Let people in. She's basically talking to herself. I thought that was pretty poignant, So basically, what is Mr. Terrific does? So Mr. Terrific mission is he built a boom tune to a very specific location where we're going to go to and we're going to take care of these people. And what location did the boom tune take them to? Hell. Yeah. Hell. Yeah, they're in hell. Yeah. To fight the devil. Because the devil is doing shit. So, yeah. Yeah, that's Rift 10. So.
Cool.
I don't think it's gonna be a short. I think it's just a short-lived team. Just doing for like one and done type deal. But hey, whatever. So they got to find something to do with these people. So yeah. Overall, it's a filler book. It's very much filler. Like I said, it's a tie-in to the KO thing. So, but cool art. Mr. Riffy getting more shine. So can't be wrong with that. So 3.5 out of 5. So yeah. So
4 out of 5. That's the score.
Oh no, 3.5 out of 5. Like I said, it's just a filler tie-in. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna do. So yeah. What you got next?
I will do Ninja Turtles number 12, TMNT.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Okay. Go Ninja, go! So this is the last issue on the Jason Aaron run.
Oh, but he's still on it. Okay.
No, this is his last issue. And we're going into a new team next month.
Oh, reason I'm saying because I thought he was already off the book. I didn't know he was still.
Oh no, this is the him and Juan Ferreira. That was the team that was on this run. So yeah, this is number 12, and it's been a fun run. I've been on this since they started, and this wraps up this particular story arc. Hale, that district attorney Hale, that corrupt guy who was basically taking over the city and turning New York into like this fascist state, outlawing mutants and all that. And the Ninja Turtles are fighting them, and they were on the run, and now they were at the court. So this sets up the final battle. In the courtroom, Hale turned into this big, giant mutant monster that kept morphing into different things. Oh, yeah. Then we have, what's her name? Karai.
Okay.
Shredder's daughter. She's been fucking with magic and trying to raise motherfuckers from the dead.
Nice.
Is
Shredder? Yeah. Oh, okay. So that's a big monster.
So there's Hale as a mutant beast, and the Ninja Turtles are fighting him. So this whole issue is basically that battle. It's the Ninja Turtles fighting that monster, fighting Hale, mutant Hale monster, Kaiju Hale, mutant Kaiju Hale. And of course, they're learning how to fight together again. They're learning how to cooperate and accept it because they've been they were separated. They were all separated. They were all in went their different ways at the beginning of the story arc. So now they're all sort of, coming together, learning how to cooperate, learning how to fight as a team, accepting each other, bantering with each other. So they're coming together and they're whipping ass. And they in the end pretty much defeat them, and everything's cool again. They kind of wrap things up. And then of course, Splinter, who's been dead, who got killed off, I guess, back in the the original IDW run. They sort of accept that he's gone, And remember, Donnie was schizo. He was carrying around that dead rat at the beginning of the story arc. Donnie was carrying around. He was talking to a dead rat, insisting that it was Splinter. And everyone thought he was nuts and he was crazy and shit and all that. So they kind of just sort of accept that Splinter's gone and, he can rest and all that. Then the turtles can, go on and grow and, move on. let go and continue being crime fighters. But then we cut to Karai, the Shredder's daughter, and she's still doing magic, and she's trying to resurrect. We think it's going to be Shredder, but no, she resurrects Splinter. So that's where we end.
Why Splinter? Why?
I don't know.
Are they cool like that? Or?
I don't know. Well, the thing is, Splinter didn't want to come back. Splinter was like, I'm at rest. I'm at peace. Let me rest in peace. Let me let me move on to the afterlife.
Right.
But Karai, Shredder's daughter, brought him back. I don't know why, and I don't know, is Splinter going to be evil now? We don't know. So that's where it says to be continued. So this is still going to go on, but it's going to be a new story arc,
Yeah.
And
I mean, well, that they got to put the toys back in the toy box. So.
Yeah, but the next who's in charge of the next art is Jin Lun Yang, who wrote the Shang-Chi run, which we both adored.
Yeah, we love that one. Yeah.
Yeah, and Freddie Williams III is doing the art. So I'm stoked for that. That sounds like a solid team. So Freddie Williams, he did those Batman, Ninja Turtle crossovers, and I believe did he do the Godzilla Power Ranger ones too? I love his art. He's got dope art, So he's taking over as artist, and Jin Lun Yang is going to be the writer on those books, But this wraps up Jason Aaron's run. It was a cool, solid run. I liked how each turtle, like throughout the series, kind of went through some shit, personally, and sort of came out of it, Now,
what issue did they come together?
It was like halfway through, because remember, everyone was like separated. Like Leo was, of course, doing on some sabbatical in like India or whatever. Michelangelo was like a TV movie star. He started starring in movies and shit. He was like a Hollywood star. Raphael was like still trying to fight crime. He's the only one who stayed in New York and like got himself thrown in prison because he was trying to uncover all the corruption and Hale. Like he was onto Hale. And then of course Donnie was like schizo and all skinny, and he was in that fighting ring, that pit fighting, but he was talking to the dead rat and shit. So they kind of resolved, like Donnie was actually trying to study magic, because Donnie's like the smart one. So he was trying to study magic to contact Splinter, and that gets resolved, when they figure out that Splinter wants to, move on and, move on to the afterlife. Michelangelo and Raphael squashed their beef, because that's the reason why Michelangelo left, because he was sick of Raphael being an asshole. So they squashed their beef, and Raphael was just being the loner liability, what's the what's that word? The brain fart, the loose end, you know what I mean? Kind of going off and doing his own thing. And then of course Leo accepts, his leadership role again. So it's like we throughout the series, every turtle got their moment to sort of, come to terms with who they are as an individual. And then then he wrapped it up in this last issue where they all come together as a team again, to defeat this corrupt asshole who turned into a monster. Symbolism. So yeah, this was cool. This is a 4 out of 5, and like I said, I look forward to the new run, the new team, this new arc. So, yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so next book I'm going to do is Ultimates number, I think 18.
Okay.
I'm at 18. Yeah. Let me see. Where is the bad boy? 17. My fault. 17 is where we are right now. Okay. All right. So, boom. Oh, let's get that thing right there. Okay. So, this is another Doom-centric book. Now, in the Ultimate Universe, Reed Richards is Doom.
Oh, okay.
So, that's the thing going right there. Yeah. So, this is a story about him, and the whole time he's been trying to bring back the Fantastic Four because basically the Maker fucked him over, purposely killed the Fantastic Four, and turned him into Doom. Like, all this shit was the Maker's plan, all according to design. So, yeah. So, that's basically what the story is going right now. So, let's just go to it and see what we have. Well, let's, boom, do that. All right. So the book it's sort of basically the same way that Dennis Camp did the last book. Each panel is a story. So there's 4 stories going at the same time. The top panel, second panel, third panel, fourth panel, and they're all telling a separate story going on right now. So part of it is basically how Reed Richards became, the smartest man in the world. Another one is him trying, after what happened when he did, him trying to rebuild the Fantastic Four, and basically him telling Tony Stark he's quit the team. The reason he's quitting the team is because, like, who are we fighting? We're fighting the Maker. Who is the Maker? The Maker's Reed Richards. Who am I? Reed Richards. He's smarter than me. Everything I can think of, he's already thought of it. We can't beat this guy. I'm holding y'all back. And Tony's actually not even paying attention because he got that Mortis engine. He's basically got a time machine in his chest that he's basically Dr. Manhattan now. He can see the past, present, future. He just like, dude, we've already had this conversation, haven't we? Like months ago? Like, no, we're having it now. Oh, I thought we had this months ago. And I told you I didn't give a shit. So, yeah. So he don't even know where he is right now because he's just time all fucked up. So what Doom does is decides to use Miss America, with America Chavez, to build like an army of Fantastic Four. Give them all kind of crazy ass elemental powers and shit like that, but tells them all you can only be 4 at a time. Like you got to split up in 4 groups. Like, why? Cause he just doesn't say why.
They can't be the Fantastic 44.
There you go. Yeah. Hey, Mr. Terrific did Terrific 10. Yeah, just keep the 4 going. So yeah. But nah, he just makes it so y'all gotta be separate. So yeah. And a bunch of them get killed just because they're just monsters and shit like that. Don't know what the fuck they're doing. He trains them. Some of them hold up. Remember the UFOs? Some of these people remind me of the UFOs, those the Hulk villains. Yeah. Some of them I think they threw a nod to the UFOs in here. Which I think the UFOs supposed to be like the evil Fantastic Four anyway in there. So yeah. But yeah. That's what happened. Oh, and the Maker, while he was torturing Reed Richards. So the thing is, the whole spaceship thing that happened with Reed Richards happened back in the 60s. Maker took him and tortured him for 60 years. And not only that, he cut off a piece of his brain. The piece of the brain that makes him feel anything. Like emotionally. Like he can't get emotional anything because Maker cut that shit out. So, yeah. Because he's an asshole. So, yeah. Meanwhile, the whole time, Dr. Doom was basically using rats to like recreate the Fantastic Four experiment. And he finally does. And what does he do with the rats? Oh. And he decided to call them the Fantastic Force. Because he finally let go of trying to rebuild the Fantastic Four. He realized what he had ain't going to go along. So the only way to really be with them is in death. That's it. So until then, he's just going to just have a new team to honor them and shit like that. And then he take the rats that have the powers of the Fantastic Four, he just set them free. 1 month remaining. So that is it. This was a filler, another filler. Yes. And like I said, we've already told this story format before, and he's redoing it again, but I feel like they had the same punch that they had the first time. So this is kind of him filling. And plus they had a new well, I ain't gonna say a new artist, but like a fill-in artist anyway. So yeah, it is what it is. So 3 out of 5, man. This is like maybe my least favorite book of this run so far. I've been like really enjoying this run. That's why we're keeping up with it. But this one didn't hit. I feel like we're retreading already, just 17 issues in. So yeah. So what you got next?
I have Skinbreaker number 2.
You said Robert Kirkman does it, right?
Kirkman and David Finch on the art, and the art is fucking dope.
Okay.
I think this is my book of the week.
Okay, I mean with that team, it almost got to be.
Yeah, I mean, I really liked. I reviewed the first issue, which I found really interesting. So, Skinbreaker introduces this sort of new world. It's like a tribe of orcs. Like it's a fantasy book. It's sword and sorcery type of shit. And it's like a tribe of orcs, and they're having issues with the chief. The chief is getting old, and they're like a warrior society where if you're considered weak, you need to, there's no use for you. It's a warrior code. And the chief is getting old. He has a young, I don't know if it's his son, but there is a more compassionate orc. I think his name is Anuk, and he kind of covers for the old chief. He considers the chief a mentor, and and very wise and kind of values the chief's knowledge, that he's an elder and he lived a long time. Therefore, he has this, all this sage advice and knowledge, so that should be protected and honored, whereas all the other orcs are like, he's a weak old man. He needs to, die, and somebody else needs to be chief. And there's this one asshole orc that wants to be chief. But the main character, Anouk, is like, okay, if that guy becomes chief, he's an idiot. He's going to run us into the ground, and we'll go, he's a moron. He shouldn't be chief because he's a brute. He's a bully. He's an idiot. So he ends up covering for the chief. He they go out on hunts, and he goes and kills the animal, but says the chief did it. Like, he covers for him, So before they know that the bully orc is going to try to basically usurp the throne. So they know that's coming. And Anouk is like, okay, so for them to stop that from happening, he should make the challenge to the chief. So he does. He announces, I'm going to challenge you for the throne, in battle. But now then that brings us to this issue. This is Anouk, respected the chief, respected the elder, respected his, that he was wise and all the knowledge that he has. So he doesn't want to kill him, even though this is, according to the tribal custom, he has to kill the chief in order to become chief, but he doesn't want to kill his mentor. So they have a battle, and at first he's like just kind of defending against the blows. He doesn't want to, lash out against his mentor, but and all the other orcs are like, you're stalling. This is a facade. This is a dishonor to our tribe. You're not fighting back. This is all like for show. This isn't real. This isn't a real challenge. And even the chief is like, they're right. You have to kill me. If you don't kill me, that asshole is going to become chief, and and that's going to lead our people, and it's going to be a disaster for our tribe. So he does. He ends up reluctantly killing the chief, and becomes chief. Then we have a time jump, like many years into the future, where now Anouk is now old. He's old, and he has his son by his side, and they're on a hunt. And Anouk has now used technology to trap animals and sort of use their intelligence and strategy on how to kill, to get, for hunting. They use tools.
We've already got there in the second issue?
Yeah. So, of course, there's another asshole who's like, we shouldn't be using tools. We should be using our strength. So he's already like, can tell that this guy's going to end up, he's getting old.
Kind of like M'Baku was against, the Panther tribe in Wakanda using technology.
He's like, we shouldn't be relying. We're getting lazy. Life shouldn't be easy. It should be hard. Or, when life is easy, that means we're weak. And again, it's like a brutish culture. Like they just worship strength, physical strength. Whereas Anouk is like, no, we have to be smart. We need to use our intelligence. We're smarter than that. We can't just punch away every problem, So it kind of ends right around there. He uses like a trap to like kill an animal, and that's where the argument happens. Like, you use too much technology, you're making our people weak, So you can tell that eventually that guy's probably going to end up challenging him for the throne now that he's old. And I don't know if his son's going to get involved or whatever, but it's just, again, I like that it's setting up this sort of critique on, we mentioned toxic masculinity.
Almost toxic masculinity. That's what I'm saying. It sounds like that.
Yeah, toxic masculinity and just the show of force versus intelligence, like physical force versus, using your brain to solve problems. Violence doesn't have to solve everything. You can, you can be more diplomatic.
Passing down generational trauma.
Yeah, you can be more diplomatic and, solve things, by using your intelligence to solve
Or
problems.
I say breaking generational curses. That's what
Yeah,
the theme is.
yeah, that's what he's saying. You feel that is in there too. You're the only reason why you've done this is you feel you're too weak to live by our old ways. This sort of brutish society. Of just we're just gonna fight our way and kill our way to victory or whatever. You know what I mean? So yeah, the sort of like warring nature versus a more self-preservation nature. So that's what I really dig about this. We're using toxic masculinity. We're adjusting things like toxic masculinity and violence versus intelligence through a tribe of orcs. So yeah, I really dig this. I think the art is dope, and I'm on board. Second issue, and they haven't lost me yet. So this is I'll give it a 5 out of 5. This is really cool. I like the art is awesome. Like this is really
yeah, Paybox. So yeah.
No, what's his name?
No, Finch.
Finch. Yeah. So
why does Paybox and Finch are so close? But anyway, yeah.
Well, this is Image. I mean, yeah. Yeah.
Well, you know what? We were naming Batman artists. I kept getting Finch and Paybox confused, but Finch should be in there too.
Yeah. Well, this is dope. Like the art is really cool, and the world build. We know Kirkman can build a world, but just just the art alone is worth it. But I like that it's sort of the story is dealing with social issues through fantasy. Which that's what fantasy does and sci-fi, and you can address issues and political themes and social ideas through story.
I don't know you like that. That sound woke. I don't know.
Shit. Well, get over it. You pussies, you anti-woke pussies, you dumb motherfuckers. Oh, I don't want to think. It's woke.
Right.
Quit making me try to be smart.
And they just use woke for anything. Like, this chicken is too dry. It's woke. Take this shit back. So
yeah, fucking wheat bread. It's not white. It's woke.
Right. Like, oh man, yeah.
That's how they're using their great intelligence to be a fucking idiot.
Y'all exhaust me with that shit. So, yeah.
All that intelligence just to be a dumbass.
Right. All right. Can I do my last one?
Oh, you're good.
We already know what I'm doing. I've been doing it for a while, so don't worry. Like we're in the final stretch now. We're not almost done, but we're getting close to the final stretch. Let's start to wrap up stuff. So
we're almost getting to the end.
Yeah, we're almost getting close to getting ready to be at the end. But yeah, So for those who don't know, yes, this is Final Crisis. What we're doing again. Yes, it's Final Crisis issue 5. So, like I said. A lot of stuff has been going on. Basically, the superheroes have been getting picked off one by one. Darkseid finally showed up in the last issue, and the end of the world's coming. So, yeah, let's just go with that. Boop, get out of here. Okay, all right. So, the book starts off with Hal Jordan on trial. He's on trial by the Green Lantern Corps and the Guardians of the Universe, not the Guardians of the Galaxy. That's a different comic. Guardians of the Universe, and yeah, basically saying they're trying to put him on trial for killing Orion, almost killing John Stewart, and for starting a multiversal war. So, yeah, Hal Jordan, like, I didn't do any of that shit. And then that's when you get, boom, Guy Gardner and Kyle Rayner showing up. And so I'm like, hold up, before y'all convict him, because the trial was not going well. They was basically being railroaded. They're like, hold up, before y'all do that, we got some new information going on right there. That scar on the back of Hal Jordan's neck, it's a suppressor chip in there. She put a chip in here. She put a chip in there because she works for Darkseid. This is Granny Goodness in disguise. And they pointed at like, yeah, she did that shit. And instead of like, confessing against it, she's like, you caught me. Yeah, I did shit. Fuck it. I don't care. I came here to take over the battery anyway. Y'all got the Predator battery, and I'm going to take it over. So she heads to the Guardians, takes out Guy Gardner and shit like that. And the Guardians try to like take her out, but basically she's like already sucking in the power of the Guardians through some other shit. Almost killed one of the Guardians, like stabs one of the Guardians and shit like that. It's like, okay, this shit getting crazy. So before she can suck all the power of the battery dry, her power was weak enough that Hal Jordan could just break out that shit because she had him locked in at first like that. And she's like, I'm coming for you, Granny. You're like, Hal Jordan, what you gonna do against me? I'm one of the most powerful Green Lanterns in the universe. And you ain't got no powers. What you gonna before you can do anything? You have to think to use the power. You got to concentrate. So before she can even use the power, he just starts beating the shit out of her. And while he getting beating the shit out of her, the Green Lanterns that are protecting her got rings on Hal Jordan. Meanwhile, Kyle Rayner and Guy Gardner got rings on them. They're like, you fire on Hal Jordan, we fire on you. How you want this shit to go down? That's when the Guardians are like, stop all this shit. Get out of there. And they make the power battery disappear to somewhere else nobody can get to. And that's it. So, yeah. So they capture Granny Goodness. They just like this. So we need to get back to Earth, but the reason they can't get back to Earth because they got some kind of big ass gravity well going on rest. So they realize what's going on. Darkseid fell to Earth so hard he's dragging the entire universe to hell, starting with Earth. So they got to hurry up and get there before there's hell on Earth, basically. And basically like, okay, is Hal Jordan still on trial? Like, no, he's free. He's good. Here, take the reign. Hell, you got 24 hours to save the universe. Get the fuck out of here. So, yeah. And meanwhile, the Question has been recruited by Checkmate, and they're going to release a whole army of Omax. They call Biomax now. And meanwhile, we go to Darkseid. Darkseid is finally in this book. He hasn't been in this book yet, but he's been in this book, and he's about to start the end of the world. Yeah. Meanwhile, what do we got here? Okay, so you got one of the watchtowers get attacked right here. Alan Stewart, meanwhile, Alan Scott, my fault. But then in the inside of it, that's when you got Mr. Miracle who just got shot. And one of the super young team. They're like, how you shoot Mr. Miracle? Don't you know how his fans gonna be upset about that? And Mr. Terrific just like, man, I'm sorry. I mean this shit to happen. So, I mean, first off, how did y'all even get in here? And he was just like, because first off, this place is blocked off. And another thing, how can you detect me? Because I basically made this whole place invisible technology. That's like one of Mr. Terrific's powers. And it's showing the Mother Box. It was like, Mother Box, you can't hide from the Mother Box. Mother Box can see you even through technology. Like, what the fuck is the Mother Box? Like, a Mother Box is what would happen if God made an iPod and it was alive. So you can't do anything to it. So while they're doing all that, Mr. Miracle is like stands up. He's like, well, I thought you were dead. They're like, no, I have a bulletproof suit on, man. Like, they can't shoot me. But the point is, if y'all want to stop Darkseid, this image on my face, y'all got to mark that on your face also. If you do that, you will beat the anti-life equation. So like, cool, because we got 10 minutes before this whole place goes down, and Darkseid sends his goons in here and takes us all out. So, yeah. Meanwhile, what we got here. So, we're going to pass that. Oh, yeah. So, Caliban has his own army of Tiger Men. Cause I don't know why. So yeah, and he basically So he's in Bloodhaven, and basically, like I said, the Just League say they're gonna be here at dawn. The Caliban just say, okay, we're gonna rip right here, and when I tell you what's gonna happen, we're gonna basically kill everybody on the battlefield. And you got this awesome panel right here of the Justice League. The wrong universe or movie, but whatever. Like the point is, but shit. And matter of fact, if you zoom in, you will see G.I. Robot in the charge. He's there. So yeah. The Creature Commandos are there. So yeah, you got this all-out war going on. I'm just bypass all that, basically. Big war. Yeah, all this shit. And then you got Black Mary, former Mary Marvel, fighting off with Black Adam and Shazam, not Billy Batson, but Freddie Freeman. And she gets both ass because they're weaker right now because they worship the old gods, and she basically worships the new gods, so she's got more power than them. And she's straddling Shazam, which I'm glad this is not Billy Batson, because that's her brother. So yeah, she's trying to. I'm gonna turn you evil like me. And then that's when Tawny the Talking Tiger shows up in a jetpack that he stole from Savannah. He's like, Mary, what the fuck you doing? She's like, don't worry, I'm gonna free you. Before you do that, that's when Caliban is like, get him, and he rides into battle and attacks Tawny the Talking Tiger. Tawny the Talking Tiger is a character from the Shazam comics. That's how weird that shit gets. I'm not gonna get into it, but yeah, it's a thing. And that's when, that Monitor dude is thrown into a jail cell because anybody that can't be controlled by the anti-life equation, they just throw him in jail. Like, we can't do anything. We're going to figure out what to do with you later on. And that's when he's talking to this guy that he doesn't recognize, but the guy knows him. And he was like, well, why don't you use these superheroes to say that the ones you drew on this paper, why don't you use them to save you? He was like, no, we can't. Those superheroes can't do shit. Evil has taken over the planet, and superheroes are nowhere to be found. These superheroes are as worthless as the paper and pencil I'm drawing on. That's the message Grant Morrison trying to throw at you. Okay. So superheroes are useless. Like this, just pen and paper, so like that. You're like, okay, well, if superheroes are so useless, the ones that you have right now, why don't you take a pen and paper and draw some new ones? Bring some more to life, and that will save everything if the ones are useless now. So yeah. Also talk about a Rubik's Cube. Well, I'll talk about that later on. But yeah, got some dude in the corner doing a Rubik's Cube. Oh, and Darkseid, oh yeah, that's the thing about the Rubik's Cube. Okay, so the thing about the Rubik's Cube is that apparently the lowest number you can do to solve the Rubik's Cube is 18 moves. They're saying it's the lowest moves you do. However, if you can do it in less than 18 moves, you can unlock the powers of God, I guess. So that guy in the corner, and I'm pretty sure that's Metron, he solves the Rubik's Cube in 17 moves. He said 17. And when he does that, boom, I guess it turned ping. Okay, he turned the Rubik's Cube into a mother box. Bam, kills everybody in there. Except the bad guys, like that. Also, they're trying to find out who sent the message to the good guys to assemble under the Undernet, and he thinks it's Lex Luthor. We don't know if it's Lex Luthor, but he thinks it's Lex Luthor. But he can't kill Lex Luthor because he's no important to us. So like, Lex Luthor, tell you what, if you pledge allegiance to me when we conquer the world, I'll let you get a crack at Supergirl first. So yeah. Meanwhile, I'm going to Supergirl. Skip past all that. I don't care. Oh yeah, and Darkseid kills all his goons. Cause I guess he don't need him anymore. He's back now. So yeah, he kills them all. And that's when he makes his big ass speeches like that. Like, they've only witnessed the idea of a god. They will learn what the true meaning of a god is. And that's when Supergirl is attacked by Black Mary, and Jon Stewart is asking for, okay, we need help. My ring is running out of power. I don't know what the fuck y'all got going on there, but we need backup because Darkseid is sending us to hell. They're like, don't worry, help is on the way. And who do we got? The Green Lantern Corps. Well, not all of them, but some of them will go into that. But the thing is, they're using up all their power to get to Earth. By the time they get to Earth, they're going to run out of power. So Hal Jordan tells them to shut your power off except for life support. And that gravity world that's sucking in Darkseid and shit like that, they just fall through it ourselves. Now, it's going to take us maybe a week or so to get there because time is all wibbly-wobbly and stuff like that. But at least we'll save enough power. We finally get there, we can, help people out. President is in the bunker. I think he's been kidnapped. He's been held hostage. And that's when Darkseid gives a speech. The body is my church. I am the new God. When I speak with, when my voice tells you to command, I speak with 3 billion voices. When I hold my fist, it's with 3 billion fists. And when I stare at you and tell you all hope is lost, it's with 6 billion eyes. I am, will, and always be. And, just you crush your souls and shit like that. And then 3 billion people on the planet just go, die for Darkseid, because he's sitting in the 5th world. So, yeah. So he turned the Rubik's Cube into a mother box. Oh, and basically saying, now rise, my judge. And that's when you got this guy. Bam. That monitor is now the super judge. So even though the world is completely fucked, he's going to usher in a new age of heroes. He's like the last hope of everything else. So, yeah. So, yeah, that's the book right now. So basically what this book, and now I see what people are talking about. This book is about depression, darkness, sadness, and how it takes over the world. And there's no hope because there's no heroes that can save you because all the heroes are gone. Superman, Batman, Green Lantern, Wonder Woman, y'all gone. So what's to save us? Superheroes. But the ones that we imagine ourselves, I guess. I don't know. So yeah. Or heroes in general. We basically in general. That's what the story is trying to say. So like I said, we're getting towards the end. We're almost there, but we'll get there. All right. So anything else we got, or you still there? You go?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
No, I'm booked out. I mean, I did read a bunch of books. I mean, I read the new Absolute Wonder Woman is still going cool. Detective Comics was cool. Jedi Masters is still cool. Like, I'm still into that story. That's like the only Star Wars thing I'm into these days. But yeah, I'm pretty much it. I'm booked out. Those are honorable mentions, I guess. But other than that, yeah, I'm in. That's it.
Cool. Yeah. I want to give a shout out to my boss. My boss had a back injury, so we know he listens to the podcast. I want to give him a shout out.
Oh yeah.
He's saying a podcast too long. Sorry. That's just what we do. Like I said, we'll come up with, like I said, now the month of October is done. Like I said, I pitched in, Eli pitched in. I think we had a pretty fun month with this one. So we'll try to top it next time. November, I don't know what is November. Native American month. Or, I can't remember.
I believe so. Yeah.
Oh, all you then, baby. All you.
Okay.
We'll name our favorite Native American superheroes. That's what we'll do.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, I can name
Yeah.
it.
Or our live stream tour dinosaur hunter. I do.
Oh, there you go. An Oregon Trail.
Right. See, Eli, we're the only ones that know what that is. Yeah. So, like I said, if you listen this long, definitely like, share, subscribe. If you listen longer than 30 seconds, we appreciate you. Hold on, let me put the graphic on the time. Boom, look at that.
Oh, look
Put
at
money
that.
in his pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, we'll do something else. I don't know what we're talking about. Maybe I'll talk about Gen V next week. I didn't even feel like talking about
that new, was it the It Show, the Dairy Show? I guess it came on tonight.
That's tonight. That's tonight. Yeah.
I didn't watch it.
I don't know. I don't know enough about that. So yeah.
Yeah. Maybe I'll give that a look and give that a review. Yeah.
Yeah. We got something to talk about. We'll talk about something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Until then, this is Leroy.
This is Eli.
We'll talk to you guys next week. Same bullet time, same bullet channel.